I want to show you Russian conscripts and American propaganda that says that these people are here because they are forced by Russian government. These are facts. Don't believe what you see on TV. You see these men with machine guns? Do you see anybody forcing them? Do you see all these Russian people supporting this? Sure, their faces are not, they're not happy because their men are going to commit genocide. You know, these women are not happy, and some of them are not happy. Some of them are happy. Every one of them has a machine gun. Many of these people have pistols and shotguns at home. It's not very difficult to make a cocktail, a Molotov cocktail. It's not very difficult to make homemade explosives. Do you see anybody fighting the government? No. Sure, you can see, some woman, maybe this is his daughter or something like that, crying. Sure, when your men are going to commit genocide, it's a sad situation. He might get blown up, he might get killed, but you gotta make money somehow, right? You live in a third world shithole. You gotta make money somehow. And if you have to sign up in military and go to Iraq to kill innocent people, oh, I'm sorry, Iraq? I got him confused with American military. Must be a very easy thing to do. No, Russian military. Going to Ukraine to kill innocent people. Do you see people fighting? These are capable men. They got 2 arms. They got 2 legs. They can fight. Do you see them resisting the government? No. They are yelling, thank you. Look how many people. Do you see this guy right here? This is Russian government agent. Think of him as an FBI agent. FBI wouldn't do anything wrong, would they? Think of him as a sheriff. Let's say he's a sheriff from local police department. You can trust the sheriff, can't you? Well, this guy's a sheriff. I want you to pay attention. Nobody is fighting. Everybody is doing this willingly. And for 3 people that are fighting and getting arrested for the camera in Russia, they are just doing it as a sign of protest. 99.999999999% of Russians support President Putin. President Putin is legitimately elected president in Russia. American propaganda tells you that fake ballots, blah, 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 poisonings, blah, blah, blah. Are there poisonings? Yes. Are there fake ballots? Maybe, but I don't see why you would need to do fake ballots when 99% of people, even more than 99% of people, support Russian president. Then you might be asking me, Dan, why are people running away from Russia right now, right? There's big lines out of Russia. Why are people running away from Russia? Very easy answer. Because people care about their own ass. They don't want to, some of them, right? Small, teeny, tiny percentage. What you see, guys, keep in mind, Russia is a country of 150 million people. 150 million people. That's just legal people. We're not even counting illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, because Russia has Plenty of those. Do you know where Russia is geographically? Do you know who all the stands, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, all the stands that are surrounding Russia? They're screaming, come back. Well, come back when you're done with your mission. That's just to put it into exact words that they're saying. All right, let's watch this clip. Russia is strength. That's what he's saying. Capable man. They could be resisting. They could be, killing, government, government enforcement agents, like police, sheriffs, FBI agents, NSA, CIA. I mean, Russia has all that stuff. Have you ever heard of FSB? Yeah, they got all that stuff. KGB. KGB has been renamed to something else right now, but they got all the same government agencies that you guys got in America. Do not pay attention to this CNN bullshit, to this Fox bullshit. These people are going to Ukraine to commit genocide willingly. They are getting paid money to do so. Look at the gunmen. Do you see any gunmen? Do you see, scary government agents with machine guns forcing these able bodies to go to genocide? No. No gunmen. These people are going willingly to commit genocide in Ukraine.
Мам, все, отвали. Все, ребята, проходите.
Here's a police person right here, right? Willing conscripts. Willing. These people are getting paid for it. Nobody's resisting. No machine guns. All right, let's watch next video just because it's popping up here. This is gonna be to disprove. Then what about this? I'm so fucking glad that this exists. Look at this. Look at this. Here's government enforcers, and here's a couple of people. It's less than 1%. It's 1 out of maybe 150,000, maybe 1 out of 1,000,000. Guys, these people that went out to protest are doing so peacefully. They are not there to resist government. No, they are not there to resist war in Ukraine. No, they just don't want to get conscripted. They just don't want to go to war even for money. That's their personal choice, is just not aligning with what government is telling them to do. See, here's the deal. But then government is telling them to do. That means they're forced. No. See, government can tell people to do something, and people could be more than happy to do it. I'll give you an example. When in America in 1940s there were concentration camps for Japanese and German people, innocent people, not war criminals, just regular Japanese, regular German people that lived in America. They were forced to get rid of their property. Many times it was just stolen for pennies on the dollar. They were forced to sell it in 24 hours. Americans took those Japanese people, those German people, innocent people, and put them into concentration camps. American government told people to do something, and the American people did it voluntarily. They wanted to do this. Or let me give you another example. Government said, we're going to invade Iraq in 2003. American people were more than happy to go kill innocent Iraqis. Does that make sense? If you, just because government is saying we have to do something, it does not mean that people are doing it by force. The government is saying that we should do something. They are just simply officializing, right? I'm not sure if that's the word. People's desire. People's desire is to go to war. Oh, you want to go to war? Well, let's make it official. And you tell me that this is any different than American police treating American people.
Protests and the apparent exodus of fighting-age men from Russia.
Do you see all these people leaving, right? Ooh, Russian government is pressuring them. No, they just disagree. These are very small. This is just 0.00001% of people out of 150 million. All right? 99.9% of people support what Russia is doing. They support genocide that Russia is committing all over the world, just like America.
Hundreds of thousands of military reservists for the war in Ukraine is still going. And in one of the countries where they're fleeing, neighboring Georgia, Reuters met several opposing.
Just some to say, because many of you probably don't know. Russia attacked Georgia in 2008. Russia still has military presence in Georgia. Russia has waged war in Georgia. Georgians obviously have no balls at all. I mean, Georgians could be like, hey, you know what? Fuck you, you Russian scumbag. We're not letting you in. You think Russia is so great? Go rot in that fucking shithole. No. That's not what Georgians are doing. What they're doing, oh, you want to come here? That's okay. Come over. Come over. We don't have any balls. We're not going to fight back.
Some who had just arrived and others already here, including a family, one among 40,000 Russians that Georgian authorities say have come to their capital alone since the invasion began. Dmitry Kurylyunok, a father, Ivan Streltsov, an army reservist, and a man named Maxim, who didn't give his last name.
We're completely against this war, and we call it for what it is.
The only way that he can say that, you know, guys, 0.0001, okay? Just remember that.
It's not an operation, it's a war.
This guy hasn't done anything to actually, to resist Russian government. How many government employees has he cut off? 0. Okay, maybe he killed a bunch of cops, bunch of FSB agents. Nope. Again, why? This is his very, very top layer opinion. All right, 99.999% of Russia supports Russian government. Okay. Don't believe what you see on these little clips that they pick out people one out of a fucking million.
When we found out about the mobilization, we dropped everything at home and jumped in the car.
Okay, do you see what he said? After we found out about mobilization, we jumped in the car and fled the country. What the fuck was you doing for 6 months? Your country was killing innocent people all over the world for years. For years. Middle East, Africa, Europe. Your government, Russian government, has been killing innocent people for a very long time. Since Russia was formed in 1991. Guys, what was he doing? Nothing. Because he was agreeing. He supports Putin. He supports what Russia is doing. He just doesn't want to go to war. Again, this is 0.0001% of population.
Russia is being fragmented and destroyed by corruption, lawlessness, suspension of all rights and freedoms, and suspension of views.
Okay, he's saying all these things, and you as an American that has been brainwashed by Fox and CNN, you might be thinking, oh, Russia's such a bad place to live. Woo, scary. Ooh, poor Russians. Well, what he is saying is the same thing that I can say about America. It would be true. America has no rights. Russia doesn't have any rights. Russia has been killing innocent people all over the world. America has been killing innocent people all over the world. Russia has insane corruption. America has insane corruption. Russia has a corrupt justice system. America has corrupt justice system. Guys, do you want me to remind you about American conscriptions? Or not conscription, but when conscription is something else. They're using the wrong word. It's not a conscription. Draft is when you actually go to war. Conscription is just when you have to serve in military. It doesn't mean that you go to war. So, do you want me to remind you of Civil War draft, World War I draft, World War II draft, North Korea, Vietnam?
I took part in protests when the military operation started. For us as citizen activists, things have become very difficult at this moment in our own motherland. We're all being watched.
So what he is saying is true, but it's no different than America. Just to give you a heads up, if you stand up to the government and you, don't obey the government, you will get arrested just like in Russia.
All of this has pulled us back. Pulled us back from growth, from progress, from unity. It's pulled us back, for example, from fighting for ideals like climate change and world hunger. For me, this is a huge tragedy.
I honestly couldn't really understand what he was... I mean, I understand the words, I just can't make sense of it. I don't understand what he... Like, lots of words, I didn't understand the meaning.
It's very scary. I worry about my friends. I'm trying to help my friends to get somewhere else. It's horrible. And I am going to cry now.
So, again, what's the scary situation? Draft. Some people don't want to go towards, don't want to commit genocide. Again, that's less than 1%. That's 1 out of 100,000.
The situation here in Georgia for these Russians is somewhat complicated. The wave of new arrivals in Georgia is threatening to reignite anti-Russian feelings here. Pro-Ukraine messages are plastered everywhere in the city. Some graffiti even says Russians go home.
Keep in mind, Russia invaded Georgia in 2008, killed a whole bunch of innocent people, and Russian forces are still fighting in Georgia.
Apartment prices have also skyrocketed in the last 6 months. At one point on Sunday, the wait time at the border to enter Georgia hit 48 hours, according to Russian state media, who cited local officials. And there are similar scenes playing out in Kazakhstan, Finland, and Mongolia.
All right. Again, I want to emphasize my point that 99.9999999% of Russians support Russian government, and this is a very small minority that are fleeing the country only because they personally do not want to go kill innocent Ukrainians. They are okay with other people committing genocide. They are okay with their neighbors committing genocide. Did they say suicide? I meant genocide. Genocide in Ukraine. They are okay with that. They are okay with Russian military killing Ukrainians. They just don't want to endanger themselves going to Ukraine because it's a real war. Does that make sense? You can actually die in there. All right, guys. If you disagree with me, put some in the fucking comment section and make a video or whatever. I'll respond to you. See you in the next video.